Today we are presenting a Roland RD-2000 EX. And we're going to find out what that means. Hi, this is Ted Barsley with Alamo Piano Galleries.
I'm Roland Perez with the Alamo Music Sound Lab.
And today I'm thrilled that he's here. We're doing the Roland RD-2000 EX. And I just compared this to some RD-2000 I played years ago and haven't even thought about doing a review until today. And then Roland comes in and tells me the EX stands for expansion pack.
Absolutely, tons of it.
So what I did today is I really tried to just focus on this as a stage piano, meaning acoustic and electric like Fender Rhodes and Whirly, clavinet, and then the electric baby grand piano. Those are about the three sounds that I went after, knowing that Roland is a synth guru and has all this other stuff down, but I didn't even count the acoustic piano sounds in here.
Well, there's a ton of them, and that's because of the EX, right? The expansion packs. There's two expansion packs on here that make this thing stand out from the previous version, the RD-2000. And the first one is exactly the German modeled grand piano sound, which is the Steinway. That's the first expansion pack that's in there. And there's several presets utilizing that technology. The second expansion pack is the upright expansion pack, which provides tons of pianos of the upright fashion, different models and different tones. So essentially this is the previous version of the RD-2000 with the exception of those extra added expansion packs. And if you ask me, it's well worth the upgrade.
Oh, this thing is incredible. This is the kind of keyboard synth that actually belongs in a recording studio or with a band or a group, even a solo guy going out doing gigs. And I'm going to tell you something, the amount and quality of sounds in this instrument was so overwhelming. This is probably going to be my worst demo ever. I think I only played 3 of each sound, where there's probably, and they're just simple demos. But the thing is that there's like hundreds of piano sounds, and I picked one acoustic grand, I think the third or fourth one that I did in here, just at random. I thought, okay, here's a random acoustic grand piano 6, and I played the standard opening for our the keyboard piano channel, and all the way down.
Yeah.
And it sounded fine. It sounded great. And then I looked at all the other ones that had this isolated piano and then watered piano, and these sounds are things that you've heard in commercials,
yes,
in jingles, on pop songs, on jazz songs. There are sounds you hear in production, even on TV commercials. The sound effects and everything.
Totally.
And sometimes you hear a gorgeous piano in a it always seems to be like some kind of pharmaceutical commercial, but it plays 1 or 2 notes,
right?
And it makes everything sound nice and peaceful, like it
yes,
be after you take the drugs.
That's the best. Well, as you mentioned, with all the pianos that are in here are pretty substantial, and they play great because the action is great, right? It's got one of my favorite actions on any key bed, right? The engine is a derivative of the V piano series, so you get that technology under the hood. But again, this is more than just a piano. It's more than just an electric piano, Rhodes piano, Wurlitzer acoustic piano thing. This is a full-on mega synthesizer. You get so many sounds in this box. You get strings, choirs, brass. The brass is pretty amazing on this. Basses, leads, and more and more and more. Ethereal pads. So whether you're doing like a stage thing or a studio thing, there's tons under the hood that you could utilize for all your songs. And the fact, this is my favorite thing, the fact that this is metal. It's super built. You could take this thing on the road and not worry. That's my favorite thing, because a lot of keyboards nowadays, kind of plasticky, right? Not with this one, man. Yeah,
it's truly, it has great foundation. It's got all these inputs and outputs on the back. It's got the XLR connectors. It's got all the stereo inputs, all the effects pedals. And it's got the USB port, and then the usual 2 out port. But it's as far as connectivity, it's built for a studio or a band, even a Snake soundboard environment. And with that, let's go in and have a quick listen to my limited demo on these sounds. The quality of the sounds and the number of piano, Fender Rhodes, Tyne pianos, Wurlitzers, Reed pianos, and then even the amount of clavinets that are in there. One thing, two keyboardists sitting here, we didn't even mention, and I don't think I touched or demonstrated the organ patch, because that is an endless supply of using some of the effects pedals, the mod wheel. I'm not a great organ player. I never spent a lot of time on a B3 or in a jazz trio, let alone a quartet, nothing. So the organs are completely not even considered in the demo, which means the other maybe 60% or 55 to 60% of this keyboard, I'm going to have to do another presentation on this, and
yeah, well, the organs are a derivative of that supernatural thing that Roland's been doing for about a decade now. The Integra synthesizer module, the Jupiter 80, Jupiter 50, all of those keyboards had the supernatural engine in them, right? Well, that B3 organ you're talking about is a part of that supernatural series. And you can modify those drawbars on the top panel here. So there's a lot of flex on this top panel here. If you need to edit, augment real-time on stage in the studio, it's got it on there. It's easy.
And the setup, for all the effects throughout, like whatever you use, is very similar to some of the other recent stage pianos it's set up with the drawbars on the organ, then also some of the sweeps and the different effects.
Totally.
A lot like what you see on both the Yamaha design and the Nord design on their stage type pianos. And Roland, I can't thank you enough for being here and just boosting my confidence, because I know so little about anything, well, actually about this keyboard. I can recognize the sounds, but the capabilities in terms of putting together pads and then using them on the fly, that I've
cool.
never really done it. I know you're real good at that, so I'm planning on having follow-up videos on this RD.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
Yeah, man, for sure.
Well, we thank you for your time, your interest in the RD-2000 EX. If you have not played one of these, I highly recommend you grab your favorite pair of headphones so you can use the headphone jack in the back and really check these things in the stereo.
Absolutely.
And go in and check it out and just look at just pick one patch per day, piano. It'll take you all day long to go through and listen to every single sound, and they're at highest quality. I had to give up on the acoustic grands, and there were so many of them. I thought, if there's this much and it's this good, I can't wait to get to the Tyne pianos, the Rhodes, and so on. And then it was like, hey, we got to shoot a video with this thing. I'm so impressed. It's overwhelming.
Yeah. Great
And,
keyboard. Fantastic.
With that, I am Ted Barslew with Alamo Piano Galleries.
I'm Roland Bettis with the Alamo Music Sound Lab.
And we'll be looking for you on our channels, and certainly on this one next time for a follow-up on the RD-2000 EX. Thank you for watching.